Hello, hello, hello. My name is Tim Cleaver. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about one thing, one person, and that's Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy Osbourne, man, what a I I I know I wanted to make this video. I wanted to talk about Ozzy and just talk about my my musical history with the guy, and he's always been a soundtrack to my life and our lives. Yeah, like everyone watching now guaranteed is into Ozzy. Yes, so thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing for Ozzy. Man, okay. John Michael Osborne, born in Birmingham, UK, December 3rd, 1948 to July 22nd, 2025. Ozzy Osbourne. Man, okay. So my history, I love Ozzy. I love Ozzy. My history with Ozzy, I think, starts in a guitar magazine, not Guitar World. It was like Guitar Player or Guitar Premier Guitar or something like that. Probably Guitar Player. It had like a list of 10 or 15 riffs, and among them was like one by Metallica, and I think Start Me Up by the Rolling Stones, and of course Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne. And so yeah, I had to learn that, of course, and right off the bat it just hit me with like how evil it sounded with that minor scale. And then around the same time, I know in Guitar World, there was columns by Tony Iommi, the guitarist for Black Sabbath, Ozzy's first band, of course, showing how to play like Paranoid and Iron Man. I'm pretty sure it was like the intro to Paranoid. Bow, down, down, do, 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 do. First time. So, of course, I learned how to play that. And then right around that same time, Ozzy had the greatest hits CD, The Osman Cometh, come out. And that had a lot of songs, awesome, timeless standards of not just heavy metal, but just music that touches your soul and makes you feel things in general. And with that, it was a double CD set. I wish I had it with me here. I'm pretty sure it's in my apartment here, but with that, we came across. This is my lucky cross, and you can see it says Ozzy Osbourne. So I wear that when I feel I need a little extra luck in life. But yeah, Ozzy Osbourne. Okay, so that was late 90s. I had just been playing guitar for a few years or months at that point because yeah, I was buying the guitar magazines, so I was definitely interested in learning that stuff. What's next? What's next? I don't really have an outline. I'm just like talking about Ozzy, so bear with me. God bless Ozzy Osbourne, and God bless you for watching too. Yes, thank you. So that was like yeah, like I said, late 90s. Um, and then okay, let's talk about the guitarists of Ozzy Osbourne. Let's well, no. Before we do that, let's talk about just the voice of Ozzy Osbourne, like the way he sounds, like when he's singing. Okay, so I may insert a few video clips here. If we go back to like, I think it's the Paris concerts of 1970, particularly the song Black Sabbath. Like you could see the freaking fear in his face when he sings please God help me and all that stuff. Like you could feel that he's in the presence of something that he doesn't understand as greater, that is perceived as evil. Holy shit. Yeah, so here's the video clip. Check it out.
Oh no!
Yeah, man, oh man. Uh, and I took a poster to be framed recently at a local frame shop. And when I picked it up, it was Black Sabbath. And the owner said that he wasn't a fan of Ozzy's voice, and he was an older gentleman. I could respect that. Like it's certainly not for everyone, but I said I think that's the point. It's supposed to be like grating. Well, not really grating, but just like a siren almost, shrill almost, but full of emotion in maybe the same way that like Johnny Ramone's voice kind of like, even though they don't have the same accent, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Uh, yeah, just no one else sounds like Ozzy. Like that's the point. There's people that sound a bit like him. Like Zach Wilde has always sounded a bit like him, and I think admittedly on his part on purpose. And Brent Hines, formerly of Mastodon, that's a big thing I enjoyed about that band. Brent brought that like Ozzy-esque southern thing to Mastodon. But anyway, Ozzy, yeah, it totally fit in with the rest of the band's sound. Like here's Bill's kick drum, here's Geezer's bass, here's Tony's guitar, here's Ozzy's voice, and there's Bill's cymbals. So it's like right there, making the perfect Black Sabbath sandwich. Black Sabbath sandwich. Fucking Ozzy Osbourne, man. Okay, so let's talk about his guitarists. Tony Iommi, number one. Black Sabbath. So yeah, so Black Sabbath, the first band Ozzy was in. Actually, I guess he was in a few other bands. Let's check it out here on Wikipedia. No time. We got to talk about Ozzy Osbourne. Okay, yeah. So Black Sabbath, of course, there were like iterations before that, but yeah, Ozzy Osbourne vocals, Tony Iommi guitar, Terry Geezer Butler on bass guitar, and Bill Ward on drums. First album, self-titled Black Sabbath, came out February 13th, Friday the 13th, 1970. I know that off by heart. And then not even a year later, I don't know the exact date. I think it was September 1970, out came Paranoid, which lately on like late listens has been number one, I think, for me. If really close. I think I like Sabbath Bloody Sabbath overall, but man, War Pigs, oh boy, that's my favorite. Right now, it's my favorite song ever. Like, I can listen to War Pigs every hour, every half hour. Like, I'll take like two shots of War Pigs in the morning, and then like every hour after that for the rest of the day. Oh man, I'd be happy boy. Cheers to Ozzy Osbourne. Okay, Tony Iommi brought that. He had the okay, so he's left-handed, so he plays guitar. He fingers the chords with his left hand, and he is that right? No, because I do that. Yeah, he strums. Pardon me. He strums with his left hand and fingers the chords and notes with his right hand. A crazy bastard. And check this out. On the last day of his work shift at a metal factory or whatever the fuck, he cut the tips of his fingers off, like his middle and ring finger. These two. So now he wears tips on his fingers. And because of that, it cut into his fingers, so he had to use thinner guitar strings. And even to, I guess, why the fuck not, he tuned even lower to C sharp, starting on albums like Master of Reality. So I don't think any band at that time tuned down to C sharp. Like, I know the like Jimi Hendrix tuned down to E flat. But yeah, and I think some Zeppelin songs were in drop D. But yeah, anyway, yeah, Master of Reality, I think that came out. So let's check it out here. Let's check out the Sabbath discography. Okay. So yeah, so Black Sabbath, I can name the albums off by heart, no worries. Black Sabbath with the song Black Sabbath, which is the greatest intro song ever by Black Sabbath. Paranoid, Master of Reality, Volume 4, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, Sabotage, Technical Ecstasy, and Never Say Die. And I love Volume 4. I love that the way the title almost implies it's volume as in sound, and then 4 as in for you. So it's like Volume 4, anybody. And that's what I love about it. But yeah, I think my favorite is, if War Pigs was on Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, I don't know. And even though I have listened to, like, I will be in, I guess the general consensus is that like the first 6 are essential. I enjoy Technical Ecstasy and Never Say Die a bit less, but that doesn't mean they're still great albums. And even I will say also that I couldn't name a lot of songs on either of those two albums. Like if you I know some of them, but not all of them. So if you played like some random song on any of those albums, I wouldn't know. I couldn't tell you the name, but I would be familiar with it, of course. But then Ozzy left Black Sabbath, and then he started his own solo band with the late guitarist, amazing guitarist. Ozzy had this amazing luck or draw to get memorable and unique guitarists. So yeah, he started his own solo band. Randy Rhoads on guitar. I think it was I know the dude's names, but I fucking forget what albums they played on. Let's see here. Okay. So we got Blizzard of Oz, Diary of a Madman, Bark at the Moon, Ultimate Sin, No Rest for the Wicked, No More Tears, Osmosis, Down to Earth, Black Rain, Scream, Ordinary Man, and Patient Number 9. So I left out Undercover, which is a cover album. But how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? And his last one was just released September 2022. So 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago. Yeah, so Blizzard of Oz and Diary of a Madman had Ozzy. Let's check out the musicians on Blizzard of Oz. I think it's like Lee Kerslake and Bob Daisley. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne, lead vocals, harmony vocals. Randy Rhoads, guitars. Bob Daisley, bass guitar, harmony vocals, gong, and lyrics. Interesting that they have the bass player play a percussion instrument in the gong, but that's okay. Lee Kerslake plays drums, tubular bells, timpani, and vibraslap. Nice. On Don Airy keyboards. Cool. Yeah, Bob Daisley and Lee Kerslake. Okay. And then, yeah, let's see here. I'm just reading off Wikipedia. What's after Blizzard of Oz? That's Diary of a Madman. Let's go back here. Yeah, Blizzard of Oz, Diary of a Madman had Randy Rhoads, who tragically passed away. That's a whole nother video. But yeah, love Randy Rhoads, of course. Bark at the Moon, Ultimate Sin had Jake E. Lee. No Rest for the Wicked. That's where Zakk Wylde comes in. Man, oh man. Another fucking iconic Viking guitar player. Oh man. Like, I want to be Zakk Wylde when I grow up. Like, all that's missing is like talent on guitar and muscles and a bigger beard. And that's it. And money. But that's like a byproduct of fucking playing guitar for a lot of people. But that's besides the point here. Yeah, so he had No Rest for the Wicked, No More Tears, which had, oh man. I'd say like with the recent last performance as well, which I will talk about later in this video. If this video ends up being an hour long, fuck it. It's for Ozzy. Thank you for watching. Yeah, No More Tears has probably one of the top 10 songs now in Aftermath and looking back. Mama, I'm Coming Home. Especially the line, what is it? I can't stand to say goodbye, or something like that. I can't stand to say goodbye. Oh, do, do, do. Yeah, right before I Don't Care About the Sunshine. Yeah, but Mama, I'm Coming Home. Man. Man, oh man. Okay, so No More Tears. And of course, the title track. Amazing guitar solo. Classic guitar solo. Like, he hooks up with these maestros. Like, it's so lucky to have that teamwork of like a so charismatic frontman. Like, the frog jumps and dumping buckets of water on the audience and mooning the audience and fucking being Ozzy Osbourne, like embodying the party spirit, the childlike wonder, and the gratefulness of having people spend their time and money on your creativity. Yeah, fucking Ozzy Osbourne, man. I could talk about all day Ozzy Osbourne. Then Osmosis. Yeah, I think that was right before the Ozman Cometh came out. Yeah. And then there's a little break. And then Down to Earth, which I remember was when his reality show started or so. And I was lucky enough to catch him live for the first time. I saw him live in concert here, 2002, I think. Yeah, I have the set list actually right here. Okay, so this was with Zakk Wylde on guitar. Robert Trujillo on bass, Trujillo, and Mike Borden on drums. And it was, I think, yeah, the Tea Party, a Canadian band, opened up. And I remember the frontman for the Tea Party, he broke a string during a song. And that was funny. But yeah, Ozzy played next. And here's the set list. He opened with I Don't Know. But before that, of course, there was like a funny video montage, which I don't remember much of, but it was a good time. I Don't Know, Into War Pigs, Believer, That I Never Had. That was a song on the new album, Down to Earth. Mr. Crowley, Gets Me Through, the lead single from that album. Suicide Solution, No More Tears, Iron Man, I Don't Want to Change the World, Road to Nowhere, Crazy Train, Mom, I'm Coming Home, Paranoid, and Bark at the Moon as a closer. Oh man, that's a greatest hit set. Yeah, that's a greatest hit set. If you throw in like Children of the Grave, maybe, and Black Sabbath, that's the greatest hit set. Okay, so that was 2002. And yeah, of course, like okay, so let's go back a few years. Starting Ozfest, how that ties in with back to the beginning, because when did Ozfest start? Like mid 2000s? Yeah, so many bands were given an opportunity to play for fans of like-minded people of the heavy rock and the metal, and spread their words of riffs. And it's like a mating call, right? Hey man, you like this riff? Yeah, that's a cool riff. What is that, a weird time signature? Yeah man, how do you play that? That's how you become friends and bandmates and stuff. And that's how more bands get on Ozfest and got on Ozfest. And yeah, like I'm pretty sure every major band in the last since Ozfest started, like what, 30 years ago now, exists. Like Sabbath, of course, Ozzy, except like I'm not gonna say Zeppelin or Deep Purple because that's like a different category. But yeah, Slipknot, Slayer, Mastodon, Metallica, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden. Has Ghost played Ozfest? Maybe not. Pantera. Yeah, and man, talk about Pantera. Let's talk about current Pantera now with Zakk Wylde. Like he must be fucking reeling just because playing with Ozzy for so many years. So for No More Tears for so many years. Man, and yeah, how forming those bonds with those bands all that time through Ozfest, and having like a good portion of them, or like the best representation, Guns N' Roses. Did they ever play Ozfest before? But anyway, yeah, like it was like having all your best friends come and play at your funeral, and you're there to watch it and perform at it. Man, oh man. And then to only like when he was singing Mom, I'm Coming Home, my voice is gonna crack now, but he sounded a bit like my dad in a video singing to my nephew before he passed away, my dad passing away. And just the same like raspiness and weakness, I guess you could say, in Ozzy's voice reminded me of my dad's voice. But gotta give credit to the guy. Like you could tell he was like trying to push himself up off this throne and the chair and trying to like rock out. He was like clapping his hands and fucking like if he could have stood up, he would have stood up and he would have fucking soared. He soars forever in our hearts too, man. Ozzy Osbourne. Okay. I'm pretty sure there's more stuff I want to talk about, but I can't think of it right now. And I think I said most everything I would want to say. We could talk about more about the guitarists, of course. Jakey Lee, who just tragically got shot a while ago, but he's alive still, thank God. Didn't mean to alarm anybody, but I think he was at the back to the beginning too. And yeah, how if it would have been perfect, honestly, it was close to perfect. Nothing's perfect, but it would have been close to perfect if they ended with Black Sabbath. Yeah, that would have been like, that would have been 1,000 times better than the ending to 13, which ends, of course, with the bells tolling of like the beginning of Black Sabbath. But anyway, yeah, to be able to like have a reunion, basically, Ozzy with fucking Mastodon playing Supernaut. How awesome does Supernaut sound covered by Mastodon? And of course, that's a perfect song for them to cover. And yeah, who else was there? Gojira, Tool covering Hand of Doom. I love the way they interpreted it, where I think Adam Jones's guitar came in a bit later on the main riff. I'll see if I can insert a clip here. just different from like what I remember Black Sabbath playing. But yeah, I think that's the video. I don't make it too long. That's already like 20 minutes or so. But yeah, anyway, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Ozzy Osbourne, man. I've never met the guy, but huge part of my musical life, and will always remain part of my musical life. Because there's just, again, I could talk forever. But yeah, Ozzy Osbourne, forever. I love you. Bye.